Ladies and gentlemen, that just sums up how I feel right now. This is that show where we pretty much do a review. It's almost like we kind of just analyze each player that started and give them a performance grade and a performance evaluation, remark. And uh, on a game that really should have been 3 points, it feels like a loss. It really feels like a loss, and I am just so so bugged that we were playing a derby and we were not ready. Big up to you, Rob, in the building, Omo. I see you, man. Oh man, this was just one of those where how were we not ready for a derby? Starting sloppy. Ladies and gentlemen, it's one of those things where, in one hand, you can look at it like, okay, we were 2 goals down. It's actually one of the post-match comments from Ten Hag that, you know, we're 2 goals down and came back in a derby. So that counts for something. But at the same time, we cannot fall asleep like that. 56 minutes in. We gotta be ready for the start of the game. And then the other thing is, it feels like, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I think I saw a handball in the build up to that second goal. I think I saw a handball, but you know what? We're just gonna quickly go through these players, give them grades and performance evaluation marks. So please, participate with me. Whoever's tuned in, this is not fun. This is not fun, but I didn't want to do it. I'm not gonna want to do it tomorrow. So let's go ahead and do it real quick. All right, let's get into it. Second half FC. That's what we're calling ourselves again. Look at that. Yo, big up to you, Eddie, in the building. Says, yo, not a great start, but United had a better second half. We are truly second half FC. I'm hitting the like. Thank you for hitting the like button, Eddie. I want to know who was your man of the match. I want to know. All right, let's go ahead and go and talk about these guys, these players, real quick. All right, so David De Gea. Let's just start from the back as we always do. David De Gea. What grade are we giving David De Gea? Because we do grades. Start A is excellent, obviously. C is average. F is fail. D is below average. So let's go ahead and just be like, all right, cool. That is the lineup, I believe. Then David De Gea. David De Gea, you still have that near post glitch. How are you not awake? Are you still stretching? I don't know. You're one of the people. It's not just you for that first goal. You can't take all the blame. But at the same time, the second goal also, okay, there's not that much you could do, Varane, but like there was nothing very convincing about your performance. And it's just going to be a C plus for me. I'm going to give David De Gea a C plus. Near post glitch. Varane was the guy for Eddie. All right. Kept plugging away and trying to force the midfield to play despite his unlucky own goal. All right, let's get to this back line real quick. I'll start with Dalot. All right, if Varane was your man of the match, we'll see what my man of the match is. But all right, let's start with Dalot. Dalot, you can tell Dalot is out of shape. I learned later on that Dalot is hold on. Let me make sure the music is off and just say Dalot, he is somebody that is lacking in fitness. Good assist, provided a good assist for the Rashford header. Okay combinations with Rashford in the first half when Rashford was over there. And but other than that, there was nothing sparkling. There was actually, when we didn't have the ball, Dallo was getting cooked. And part of it is also the lack of fitness, match fitness, but also part of it, could it be that we were really missing Anthony's defensive contribution? That emoji with the eyes. It could be somebody in my watch along brought that to the attention. I was just like, oh yes, Rashford does not really help Dallo that much, but also still. All right, let's go to Martinez. Martinez could have stopped the first goal as well. You're one of the culprits for the first goal. I don't know how you're not ready. And wait, did we give Dallo his grade? I think it's a B minus. I think we're gonna give him a B minus. B minus, not B underscore, B minus, and say good assist, but not in rhythm yet. Not in match rhythm yet. Martinez, I'll give Martinez a solid B. Martinez was a B for me, a bold B. You know why? To stop that goal and also nearly caused a pen. Skip the beat. Nearly caused a pen. And could have done better on first goal. All right. Now, Varane, I don't know. Varane, that's your man of the match, Eddie. Are we going to give Varane a B as well? Because Varane was solid. You're right. You got to forgive that own goal. You got to also take account that Varane had a very good header in the second half that should have scored. But there was something, though, about the laziness in the running for that, covering the space for that own goal, that was like, are you tired, Varane? Okay, rest of the game for me, so I'll give you a B. Okay for the rest of the game, and good header in second half. Should have scored, though. No excuse. Luke the Shaw was interesting for me. Luke Martinez was tenacious as usual. I thought it was a pen too, but it was just outside the box. That's true, yo, Eddie. You're right. It was just I was like, and somebody was like, "That's a pen." I was like, "No. Jesus intervened." And Manchester United survived. Big shout out to you all for tuning in, by the way. We're just doing a little quick grade review. Thank you for joining. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to just chime in anytime you want to, just give a little whatever comment, please. That's super welcome right now. But, we're going to give Luke Shaw it has to be a B. It's not the same as Martinez, because it has to be a B minus. It has to be a B minus, because Luke Shaw was okay. Good ball security in a lot of moments in the second half. I think he was looking a lot more assured. Instrumental in the build-up, instrumental in the build-up for the second goal. And good ball security. Boom. But we need more for that B minus to become like an A minus or something like that. So Sabitzer, Marcel. Now let's see, Marcel. Marcel was good in the first half, right? Good in the first half. A couple of moments, two shots went off target that should have been on target, at least one of those. And then from there was the one that was on target with the left foot. Good shots. Let me say okay shots. Instrumental in I think our first goal. I think it found Pelistri. Pelistri turned back and found Dallo, and Dallo whipped in a nice cross for Rashford. for Marcus calls a Marcus Rashford. So I think Sabitzer instrumental in mounting the comeback. Mounting the comeback. All right. Now let's see how yo, big up to you, Ravi in the building. Yo. You guys left it late to get back into the game. Yo, we were lucky to get back into that game, Ravi. We were lucky to get into back into that game. I think Ten Hag deserves a lot of credit. Ten Hag deserves a lot of credit because Ten Hag is playing making miracles. He's working with very little, very little. Um he's very limited in what he has right now, and he's doing the best that he can. And Sabitzer was carrying Fred. You are so right. You are so right about that. Sabitzer was he's like Fred. Oh man. Okay, all right. Good shots. Carried Fred. We gotta I, I totally agree with that. So instrumental in mounting the comeback. So really, when it's a B minus, it's now a B. Wow, we got lots of B students today. What? Yeah, no, it's a B plus because like carried Fred and having that like good like those shots at the beginning of the game. It's it was almost an A minus had Sabitzer got a goal, so it's a B plus. It's a B plus. And then it's looking like Sabitzer is leading the pack over here, but that makes me want to give Martinez a B plus too, because Sabitzer and Martinez for me were right there. Oh, we gonna have to revise the grade. Yo, all right. Let's see what Eddie says. Luke Shaw C plus. I'm not sure he helps Ganacho that well. I may be wrong. No, you're right. You're right. I mean, but Luke Shaw was good. In the second half, I saw Luke Shaw kind of growing into the game. He was moments where three players were pressing him, and he was still able to secure the ball. He didn't lose it, and he wasn't. He wasn't caught out a lot. So but I see, man, you're really harsh. Eddie's harsh. C plus. All right, let's go to Fred. The the one who needs to be carried. No, Fred. I heard Fred was left-footed, but I think he's not footed. Like no feet. Like, can Fred just learn to strike a ball hard? Like, just hit the ball hard, Fred. Hit it hard. That's all. Make a clean connection. He was trying so hard to distribute the ball, trying so hard to be the midfielder with the forward progression, and maybe that was part of the instructions. But there were moments, like in the first half, they are already sitting back. We've got them pinned down in the half, and Fred is trying to do a chip over for Bruno. What are you doing a chip over the wall? Do you know how much space is that? You know how you have to be really precise with that. Now, when you're doing a long ball from when we're deep, that's a different story. But you're just wasting chances. Like, I don't know what is up with Fred sometimes. But anyway, the ball. I think also he faded. He was like invincible. Invincible a lot. Yo, chosen ones, you in the building. Let me post the link. I'm gonna post the link in the chat right here. I'm gonna just post the link so you can hop in and let me get over. Anybody that wanna hop in, please, I want to know your thoughts on the game, and I'll be super quick with this because I'm not trying to make this a long show. So all right. Let's go ahead with Fred and say, damn, homie. That's all I'm gonna say. He gonna get a D, homie. All right, D for me. All right, let's see what the D plus from Rob says D plus. All right, it's a dignified D. All right, let me get this. Hold on. Okay, so before we bring in somebody to help with the Let me see what Ravi said. Eddie, yo, big up. Yeah, it did look like that. Chosen ones. I put the link in there. Hop in. Savita gets a D. We already talked about that. Not enough impact. D. When I saw a B plus. No, 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 no. We did not talk about that. Whoa, 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 whoa. Eddie, a D. So, were we watching the same game? How does how do I give Sabitzer a B plus and then you give Sabitzer a D? I think you might need to hop on and explain yourself, brother. No, 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 no. Oh, what am I? Am I? Was I being too lenient? Because it's the first like full debut for Sabitzer. I don't know. Let me see. Let me see if my brother Omo
Yeah,
Sabitzer. We have a problem right now.
he's wrong. He's wrong. There's a reason our first goal came from Sabista.
Sabitzer. So you're not giving Sabitzer a D, right?
No, no, no. The D plus was for Fred.
D plus was for Fred. I got you. I got you.
Sabista
But
get a B
Eddie's
plus.
assessment,
He's the
Eddie's
reason why.
D.
No, nah. I don't know what game he was watching.
Eddie, you are watching another stream, my friend.
Nah, he was watching Real Madrid out of hell.
Okay. Give me your grade for Bruno. Let me. Oh,
Bruno gets a
first,
C.
actually, your comment about Bruno.
Bruno gets a C.
C.
C. He was terrible the whole game, and
Yeah.
he was making decision making. I not like it at all.
Poor decision making.
And he's the reason for the first goal.
That's true. Sloppy and also rushed set pieces, bro. What is up with that, Bruno? C. All right, all right, all right.
Hold up, and real quick, you know what? C minus. Let me tell you why. The reason why decision making was bad because after we considered the first goal from his fault, he was rushing plays and getting worse and worse. It's like when you know, like when you're at school and you know it's your fault, you try to do everything to make up for it, But like, just follow the game plan. He wasn't following the game plan. He was like, "It's my fault. Let me fix it. Let me fix it. Let me fix it." And he's just ruining things over and over.
Oh, I agree with you. I agree with you. It's gotta be a C minus. Let me bring in my boy Lou to help with the Rashford assessment real quick, brother.
Yes, sir.
Welcome. How you doing?
Man, I'm doing good.
Were you watching this game?
Listen, man, you talking to an Arsenal fan. It's good for
I
me.
know. That's why I gotta ask first.
It's hey. You know what? I
What?
Rashford does his job. His job is to score. Okay.
Mhm.
If it's one guy with who United will always have a chance. I don't get okay, Casemiro, yes, he's good. Yeah? And you could tell that you guys missed him for sure. I'm wondering how the return leg will be on Sunday. You know?
Yeah.
Uh Les, I
Yeah.
think you guys will probably you might beat them for real. But if they do the
Right.
same thing, I think so. But if they do the same thing, okay, if you guys do the same thing you did today, you probably will lose on Sunday.
This Arsenal fan deserves a red card. He said he's coming in with the top of the table energy. Let me bring him back and ask him his grade.
Yeah,
so what grade are you giving Rashford then?
I would give Rashford a B because his job is to score, and he
Yeah,
scored.
yeah, I agree with that.
He scored. So, but again, I'm just I'm here because I'm feeling good. At some point, yes, I was a little like, man, when you guys came back at 2-2, I was like, oh my goodness, this is not looking good. But
Yeah.
hey, I don't say it, I wouldn't say it was vintage United because you guys have really improved. But this is not the United that we played against a few weeks back.
I hear you.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, somebody else in the chat differs with you. They're saying Bruno gets a D. Hold on. We got my boy Eddie in the building. Let me get Eddie in here real quick, brother.
Oh, how you doing, man? Can you hear me?
Explain yourself with a Sabitzer getting a D.
Right. But anyway, first of all, good to be back on your channel. But yeah, man, you guys are disagreeing with my assessment on Sabitzer. So let me just break it down, okay? And I hope you allow me to finish before a sin bin or being cut off. Okay. So we've got to analyze the game based on both halves, okay? You saw in the first half, we did have more possession, but Sabitzer was playing like holding midfielder. And we saw with like Leeds counter pressing, there was a lot of us getting bypassed. Sabitzer getting bypassed. There were certain passes he was missing. To be honest, and actually Bruno was playmaking well. Remember them chances he created for Garnacho? Bruno actually, I think it was better than what you guys saying, a C minus. I think it was better than that. But anyway, back to Sabitzer. Yeah, I think we need to see Sabitzer as like more of a number 8 because there was times when we were seeing him playing the Casemiro role, wasn't he? And I don't think he was destroying enough like a Casemiro would do. Like for me, Casemiro is normally a B or A standard. I don't think Sabitzer was doing that enough. But to be honest, he wasn't getting enough help from the likes of Fred. Because Fred was erratic, man. I mean, imagine trying to get your sea legs and you got Fred with no composure next to you. He was exposed too much.
Eddie, that's why Sabitzer is getting a good grade because he had to carry Fred. Look at the comment. It's like his job and somebody else's job, and also taking shots. In the first half, he was there. He was alive. Of course, in the second half, all right, he was getting tired too. He hasn't played, like competitively in so long. You know.
Don't get me wrong. I want Sabitzer to have a great game, bro.
It's his distribution.
Yeah, I just noticed before my man comes in. I just noticed there was certain little like easy passes that he was missing, and I was disappointed. It looked a little bit rusty, and I just don't think he helped to control the game enough. But like we're saying, he was stretched too much by Fred, being out of position, not having composure. Bruno, he just plays like an attacker sometimes, doesn't track back enough. So I think he wasn't really helped out by his partners today.
Okay, let's move on because we're trying to wrap up in less than 5 minutes. So let's go to Rashford then. You're agreeing with a B, right?
Rashford?
B minus. That first half was abysmal.
Yeah,
first half was abysmal. Eric Ten Hag gave him a B minus. Because you pull him on the right to complement Garnacho, because Garnacho is a left winger and ruined it. Nah, Eric got it wrong, and Eric gave this man a B minus. He should have kept him on the left at the beginning of the game. Look what happened in the second half. He moved Rashford to the left and Garnacho to the right. Garnacho got to work for his spot, and I don't like that.
Yeah, no. I mean, other than the fact that we're seeing him add to the goals that he scored with his head this season, he's all of a sudden that's an attribute that Rashford has, and
the team decided to cross when Walter's not in the game. Like, okay.
That's mad. I was going to say that too. It's like Weghorst, yeah. I'm not going to be surprised if this guy asks to go back to Turkey. How are we trying crosses as soon as he comes up? And he's the biggest player in the stadium. I don't get it. It's ridiculous, bro. Well, big up to Rashford for getting that goal.
Not your fault. So, okay. What grade does he get, though?
C minus. No, just no. If Bruno C minus, he got a C. My reason why is he's trying his best, but it's not working. It's not gelling with the team. Like I know what this is supposed to
Mike is tripping in the way.
Yeah, there's a bit of clicking. Can anyone hear that? A bit of crunching on the screen. Ah, it's gone now.
I guess. Okay.
And it's back again. Yeah, I would say Weghorst, we did try, but we're just not. We're getting more crosses to Wout Weghorst, man. We can't have a tall player for like he's basically like Peter Crouch, and we're not using his attributes, man. It's a crime right now for Wout Weghorst to not be getting crosses.
Yeah, I mean, in the moments also when we're trying to build an attack, I don't think he was really linking up with the players that well. He seemed like a little bit not like holding up the ball well. You know, uh, he could do a little bit better. So okay, see, let's move on to Garnacho. What does Lou, our Arsenal fan, what do you give Garnacho?
No, go. Can I just go back to the previous grade? I think you guys
Eh,
your system is not suiting that guy very well, man. You know, um, he's not getting the service he needs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's not getting the service he needs. Look at some of the um earlier on, uh, the little runs he would make here and there. You know, but the ball is just not getting to him. Not that he's not the guy is not trying. I don't know what that fix would be. But you guys are also kind of hit with injuries, so that's like that doesn't help. But anyway,
Yeah, it's a strange one because you can say that the team doesn't cross because we actually crossed after he left, but maybe it's also the dynamic of having Pelistri in there. You have to have wings that actually know how to use the wing, and then maybe that creates better spaces for the fullbacks. I don't know. There was something about it that's not clicking.
yeah,
All, all
My
right, Garnacho, let's
my
go.
thing is like when
Sancho's
our
there.
system work, our system, our number nine is a dead zone. Like it's just good luck. Good luck us creating for you, Mr. Number Nine. That's how our system been since
Yeah.
Ole, Van Gaal, wait, Mourinho. It's since Mourinho time, but that's when Mourinho brought Ibrahimovic and Lukaku. It's a dead job. Like good luck getting some goals. You're just here to get paid. Everybody else is getting goals. You, huh, good luck. And that's how our system been since day one. That's how our system work well with Martial. Martial doesn't mind getting goals. Like he get goals. Wow, I get goal. I don't get goal. Cool, I don't get goals. But for a strike, outside of Erling Haaland, he will sweat. He will sweat before he gets first goal. I don't. Our striker that we need to get. That's for a whole new topic. That's for a whole other topic. But right now, number nine is a dead zone. It's gonna be C till this season is over for our number nine. That's my guarantee.
Don't say that. That really really sucks. Anyway, let's see what Ravi says. Rashford gets a C for me, not as sharp as previous. So yeah, I mean B minus. We're more or less on the same place. All right, and now let's move on to Garnacho, guys. I want to just say use Devils United's assessment saying Garnacho D. Oof. I think he shouldn't be starting, especially to put Rashford as right wing, getting caught out easily. Yeah, I mean, he had those two chances that he could have just been more composed a little bit. He should have converted at least one.
C minus.
Nah, I think he was a D. I think there was certain decision making that he wasn't doing, and like I expect this. Like we should expect this because he's still was he a teenager? Yeah, he's still
Yeah,
raw talent. There's still certain dribbles that he wasn't doing properly, like coming inside when he should have been taking the defender a bit more wide. There was little dives he was doing, even though he did win a free kick from like a dive. Remember when Nonto just touched him, he just threw himself to the ground. On
yeah.
another day, the referee, like a better referee, sees that and probably books him. So he probably needs to cut that out of his game. But yeah, he was quite frustrating. But he just got bags of energy. I just don't think. I remember he missed some chances that Bruno was putting on the plate for him. You know, obviously when Garnacho improves, he'll be finishing those. But right now, yeah, I think he's passing, but just I would say D. But if you can see, then yeah, go ahead, man. What's the people saying?
He's young. He's young. We gotta encourage the kid. I think there were moments also when he was like lively at the beginning. He was, he kind of hit a brick wall when Ailing kind of got the best of him twice. And then it was just like, all right, I'm out of ideas. And Ten Hag should have saw that and been like, all right, swap positions or something. There was just like a brick wall that he hit and couldn't get past once Ailing stole the ball from him twice. And then anyway, I think the other thing about him is like, I feel like, we have to be just kind of just delicate with his developmental process and just be like, hey, you're a young one. You'll come good. Probably Sancho should start next game, though, right? Everybody agrees, I think.
By the way, yeah, is it possible to, like, when you're not going through comments, like, bring the comments down? Because no one can see my sexy face right now, Andre. I don't know what's going on.
Oh no!
There we go.
Oh, bro, sorry. And actually, talking about the comments, let me catch the comment real quick. Let's see. Ravi says, hold on, let me put you
Yeah,
through.
go through it. I'm just saying when you're not going through it, innit?
Yeah.
Come on.
Ravi says, when will Garnacho be ready to play Premier League games if he doesn't start now? Yeah, I mean, he had to try. Ten Hag also.
Well, yeah, you can't. This is the thing, you can't just rush him and expect him to just grow and be like the finished article. I mean, we got the likes of Anthony that's still adapting to the Premiership, and he's like what 22 or whatever. It's gonna take time for him to become the finished article. There's got to be an incubation stage for youngsters. We can't just have him be the finished article straight away, man. He's a human. So, I mean, we gotta wait, Ravi. We gotta wait. That's my opinion. Anyway.
The way I see is Garnacho is not a starting material right now. He's a sub. He should be subbing in every game. But as a starting, your name on the team sheet, nah, I don't want that. He should be a starter. He should be a sub. Every match he gets subbed in. But to start, nah, I don't nah. He ain't the one.
Yeah.
But you gotta give.
I guess Ten Hag had to give it a shot. Because if it was the other way around, would have been like, Ten Hag, why can't Garnacho get? You know what I mean? It's so easy to speak in retrospect, but I agree. What were you gonna say, Lou?
I was saying you gotta give the kid a shot. I would sit here and say maybe okay, yeah, I can see FC because he's still developing. Now against Leeds, you would hope he would come on and do the business. Now, if you guys are playing Man City, you're playing Arsenal, that's a different conversation. Not saying there isn't any the Premier League, there's no easy game. Every game is tough. But there are teams that you're supposed to, at least if you're going to win the title, you have to be able to do away with. You put those teams away. Okay? And so I just feel maybe in this case, the manager is trying to think, okay, let me just get the kid a little bit of game time. And against Leeds, it's not so bad, but I was expecting a little bit more, but I wouldn't be so difficult or so tough on him because, again, the guy is still young. He needs to have a starting point.
Yeah, I agree with that completely.
Let's go to Ten Hag. What do you feel about? How do you feel Ten Hag performed?
Ten Hag, give him a not a C, B on the dot. The team let him down that first half. Look at the goals we're conceding. It's not like the way the team is set up. It's just individual mistake. The goals are individual team mistake.
I mean, for the first goal, right, we were counter pressed quite a bit, weren't we? Bruno tried to take on a player, and then got pressured, and then they got the goal for, was it Nonto, wasn't it? And then second goal was own goal. That was a mistake. For me,
we lost the ball now. Have both times for them to score.
Yeah. I would say overall, because Leeds played well. This is the thing as well. It's not even about just the mistakes. Leeds did force some mistakes as well. So I think they've got a part to play in in what went on. I like the energy they had in midfield, and you got to look at people like Chris Armas. He was helping that interim coach to get this counter pressing done. I mean, he was trying to help Ralph Ragnick when he was at United to do all this counter pressing stuff. So he must have been so happy. But in terms of Ten Hag's rating, he got the second half right completely because we once we got a hold of the midfield, we started to push them back, and then we created up to 20 chances overall in the end. So I like the subs. Sancho came on and was actually taking that responsibility and saying to Garnacho, I'm the guy here, man. I'm gonna come on, I'm gonna get a goal, I'm gonna influence the game. So we need to see that happen a bit more. Rashford going up front, we've seen him. You know, I mean, I call him Rash Bappe now. He's putting up the numbers: 19 goals and 32 appearances. Malacia coming on the right, he looked to be causing a bit of danger too. So I think, yeah, based on the second half, I'd give Ten Hag that a C. Okay, I just think the first half, the balance was good. What's that reaction for?
Praising him so much, I was like,
I'm gonna say we didn't get the win.
We made the right sub at the right time.
Yeah, we didn't have control of the first half, and that was the big thing. You can't just have one half of the game managed well. That's my opinion anyway.
If Ten Hag had the chance,
he
he might
make some substitutions and some changes that actually ended up making us not lose the game.
Yeah, he had to fix the first half, though, wasn't it? Because the first half wasn't good at all. For me, I mean, we had more possession, we created some chances, but we didn't look effective compared to the second half.
Does anybody want to chime in on this? By the way,
that's why I say it's individual team mistakes, player mistakes. Like if Casemiro was playing, you think this will happen? As an example, this is an individual mistake where the players their brain just shut down. Look at the first goal was like in the first 2 minutes. The second goal was like in the second half, the first 2 minutes again. And so pretty much these players are sleeping. He had to make those subs.
Did you really like our transitions in that first half? Did you, even though we had more possession, did you really think we had control of that game? I don't think it was just the mistakes. I think we didn't play well in that first half overall.
No, we was not going to win the first half. He had to make subs. That's why second half. That's why this is second half. Because our first half, I'm like, nothing's going to happen here. I was waiting for the sub, like if he's going to make a sub, and before the old Eric would not made a sub. I'm glad that he made the sub.
Guys, like it's like this. It's like Eric Ten Hag.
So you give Eric Ten Hag a B-
right now. I have to give him a B-. Okay, B-. Because
that starting lineup, it was a choice. You cannot put Rash on the left like that and think Rash on the right and you don't get it over there. Criminal.
Yes. Got it wrong with the wingers. Yeah.
And then Fred Sabit said that wasn't working for a large part of that game. Come on, man, these are big check marks. I think you're being too kind. Maybe I'm too harsh, but I think you guys are too kind.
Okay. Who else would have come into that midfield? The other person that came to that midfield was Lindelof.
It's not working, Eddie. What do you want to do?
The only reason.
Okay, I would say this. I would say this then. I didn't like Bruno being like allowed to still do his roaming 8/10 position that he does. I wanted to see more of a disciplined midfield, more compact. Let me just finish. I want to see Fred with Sabitzer and Bruno either side, really keeping that midfield compact. I think it was too open. I think that's something the manager can change.
You see, you're expecting too much from these players. Last year we won all of them.
Who? How can he change it?
Well, I was just saying, make it more, because what I saw was too many gaps in midfield. Sabitzer was dropping deep a bit, and Fred was over here in number 8/10. Then Bruno was over here in number 10, and just like it wasn't compact enough. That can be changed by the manager. I want to see that kind of thing where we keep it a bit more tight.
The way we set up on offense, we're patting the back.
I have to pause you real quick and just shout out everybody that's tuned in right now. We've got a bunch of people that have been, contributing, and I really appreciate that. Chris, Ravi, obviously, Jacob, True City fan in the building. Appreciate y'all. But Omo, go ahead and talk about the way we set up offensively as we wrap up the conversation.
Offensively, what Eric Ten Hag like to do is the 8 and the 10 come back some more. This game, it was not there at all. The 10 was all the way at the striker. The 8 was all the way at the striker. So like Eddie said, Sabitzer dropped back and there was nobody to pass to. So we had to constantly pass through Varane and Martinez. Varane was making passes with his left foot to players all the way. Like the way we set up on offense was terrible. Eric Ten Hag had to change that, because maybe Fred cannot play no more. Maybe make Sabitzer give discipline to Bruno. Like, yo, my man, drop back some more. Like, we gotta create. You can't be in strike position with nobody back here. Like, please.
Yeah, I agree with that, man. I just hope we see that, like, going forward. Like, Ten Hag's going to learn that we're going to need to keep that midfield a bit more tight, or otherwise we'll just get counter pressed by some of these teams, man. And like Leeds should have been lost without a manager, but they look good today, man. I hated how good they looked, man. It was very frustrating.
Thank you so much for joining us, Lou, our Arsenal fan. He said, hashtag the elephant is still on top of the tree.
The way I see it is, as in every time is still learning. So to me, every game to me is like a learning experience. Like I wouldn't expect this again in the next game, next match to play against Leeds, because now we're in their home next match. So I want a whole different game plan. Like hopefully that midfield three, they gotta work them. They gotta figure themselves out.
So I love that you say this, because I want to ask you, Omo, and then we're gonna come to you with the same question. Who do you start on the right, Sancho, Pelistri, and like why?
In the front three, let me just say the front three to make it easier.
Yeah.
On the right, down the middle, you're gonna start Rashford. If it's not Wout, you're gonna start Rashford. I think he should start Wout. They should cross more. That second half, they were crossing like crazy. Like it made no sense. Like your touch play not there, and you decide like today we're gonna cross. No, like you should have been doing this from the first half. But no, the whole team was just terrible in the first half. Start Wout, put Rashi on the left, and put Sancho on the right. I do not need Garnacho should come in to sub in for Wout. If you want to make a sub, that's our sub. Garnacho come in for Wout. Most Garnacho to the left and right to the center. I do not need Garnacho started ever again. I rather play Pelestri on the right.
Okay, all right, but I like how you set up your front three. So what about you, Eddie? What's your front?
I did like the experiment of Garnacho starting, okay? Even though there was some decision making, like I was saying, wasn't good, and like I think my man's been a little bit harsh. Did you say you don't want to see him start again with Garnacho? I think it's a bit harsh. Maybe he just gets dropped and there's maybe an impact sub for the next game. But I agree with Rashford being tried up top. You know, I think. Because of how dangerous we looked that second half, I think you just got to go with that now. The guy's the best scorer. He's the gunslinger now, so you go with that guy up top. I think maybe Sancho, even though he looked good on the left, I think Sancho has to start on the left because he did well when he came on second half. So I go, yeah, Sancho left, Rashford up front. On the right, maybe we see Pelestri get his chance then, because this guy's got experience now, man. We see them in the World Cup for Uruguay. We've seen them go on loan to play for, was it Real Sociedad? Okay, now it's time, man. Bring your experience to the forefront. State your claim for that wing, because it's up for grabs. It's up for grabs now. We've got good competition.
Really up for grabs, exactly. Yeah. It's a spot that's open. I really like that you're highlighting that, because this is hopefully going to spark competition that we really need, you know.
I like Rash on the left because most of the goals come from the left. Put the players in their best position. Rashi is best on the left. Put him on the left. I don't care. He could play striker. Put him in his best position on the left. Garnacho, I like Garnacho. Sub him in every game. Every game, sub him in. Start now. You're not ready for that.
Yeah, I agree with the super sub stuff because he's done his best stuff.
Every time he came out as a super sub, there's a goal or something, or there's a goal or we almost scored. Like something almost happened if he's a super sub. But I need him as a starter. It doesn't work like that. I need him as a super sub. And the reason why I say Sancho is better because Sancho has more experience. He's played in the Bundesliga. He played in England for a little while, and he played for Manchester United. And the way he plays is he find the pass that you think that's not there. Everybody like beat a man. We don't talk about beat a man. That's for another conversation.
I mean, Sancho has Champions League experience, right? I just got to piggyback on the back of that. Yeah, he's got to really show these guys, like I was saying earlier, that he's one of the main guys. He's the guy that's worth 70 million. He's had experience at Dortmund in title races, like I said, in the Champions League. It's your time now, man. You know what I mean? He's got the technique. Let's see him, like, you know, come back in after this hiatus that he's had. Just get going, man. Get cooking.
But, you know, we can't also rush him. So I think Ten Hag is really stuck with a conundrum right now because, you know, he wants to The ideal thing would be Anthony back, because you want somebody that's also going to be productive on the right and still be able to support Dallo if he goes with Dallo again at Elland Road. Yeah, so I agree with you, Jacob, that Jaden might not be ready to start. Who knows? Ten Hag might just repeat the thing with the same lineup with hopefully hoping that the players have learned from that collectively. Who knows what's going to happen? But mentality wise, sorry, Jacob said, not sure you want to sub him off this early in his return, mentality wise, unless it's planned ahead of time. Yeah. Talking about also Jadon Sancho, being careful with how we reintegrate Jadon Sancho. But anyway, guys, it's been such a pleasure having you all on the show. I want y'all to please, shout out your socials and then we'll wrap it up like that.
Yeah, so you can find me at Eddie's Football Waffle on YouTube. Thanks for allowing me to come in and defend my criticism of Sabitzer. I was supposed to just drop him for a little bit and then head off, but you know what I mean? It's always infectious with your charisma to stay on your channel, man. It's fun. So
it's always fun. It's always a pleasure having you, Eddie. And Eddie's Footy Waffle. That's the homie right there. Go to his channel, check him out. Go ahead, Sancho's dad.
Listen, Marcus Rashford scored at the 62nd minute, right?
Yeah.
Watt got stopped out at the 60 minutes. There were 3 crosses in 2 minutes. 3 crosses in 2 minutes.
I know. And you know,
and they show Watt on the bench, angry. Like it makes no, like something's wrong with his players.
I saw a cross even to Bruno. I'm like, why are we doing an aerial cross to Bruno? But we had a cross.
67 minutes. 60 minutes he got subbed. In 2 minutes there were 3 crosses. Nah, actually I gotta talk to these players. Walt has been playing back, just been playing to the best of his abilities, and we know our number 9. Like, I don't get it.
Oh.
Yeah, I think Ten Hag would talk to them. Come on, man. He's the general.
Of course, we consider the first minute. Oh, now they're gonna get it. I'm scared for them.
By the way, Sancho's dead. What do you think is going to be the score on the next game?
Next game, Ten Hag wants a clean sheet. So I don't care what the score is. We're getting a clean sheet. For me, the most important thing this season has been clean sheet. I don't care about this. Let's say it could be 0-0. We got the clean sheet. That's what that matters. And that's all I'm hoping for.
Clean sheet. That's not ambitious enough. We just came out of a draw, and he wants a clean sheet.
Yeah, I mean, they could have the crowd on their side as well, and they're going to be confident, sir. I don't know, clean sheet is a big ask, isn't it? It is a big ask. I mean, what have we got? I mean, like 3 days' time again? It's such a fast turnaround. I just hope we win somehow, scrape a win, man. It's too many games coming thick and fast, bro. And we've got injuries and suspensions. Like Casemiro's not back yet, man. Hopefully, I mean, I want to do a scoreline now, but I think I gotta wait to see the team and see if Fred's still in there with Sabitzer, because I'm not sure about those two, bro. I'm not sure, man.
I feel you. I like how you're realistic with it. No, you get a respectable sin bin. Thank you, brother. Those are the homies right there, guys. I really appreciate y'all for rocking with the show this far and liking and subscribing if you haven't. It's the Football Power Hour, and that was the Manchester United versus Leeds match review. It ended as a draw at Old Trafford, 2-2, unfortunately. McFred or McSam? You killed it, bro. Jacob or McSam? God.